My name is Ashley Scott, and I own the company Abiri Tours, and we bring black and brown people around the world at an affordable rate. And I've been coming to San Pedro School since 2017. Several years ago, I had this grand idea to learn Spanish, but I didn't know exactly how that was going to work. So I sat on that for a long time, maybe a couple of years. And I ran across a friend of mine who was fluent in Spanish, and I asked him, what did he learn? And he told me he learned in college, but he had a friend who had learned in Guatemala, and he would contact me. And I talked to that friend for months about Guatemala, about San Pedro Spanish School, about the families, and I felt extremely comfortable that I would have an amazing time to come here and study Spanish in San Pedro School. That's how I found San Pedro Spanish School, through that friend. I originally came to San Pedro Spanish School alone. I thought to stay about 4 weeks to learn Spanish and live with a family. Coming to San Pedro, it's a time suck. So once you get here, you have no concept of time, and then when you feel like it's about to end, you try to do everything you can to extend that stay. So in that light, I extended my stay for another 4 weeks, and I ended up staying in San Pedro the first time for 8 weeks. I've seen a lot of change in San Pedro since I started coming in 2017. Good change. I've seen more businesses come up. I've seen more restaurants come up. I've seen more students to come here and be involved in the Spanish school, which also means that more teachers get to have jobs, more teachers get to make money and support their families in the community. And I think that's ultimately one of the reasons why I keep coming back, because I fell in love with this community, and I want to do all I can to ensure that economically they have what they need to be sustainable. I choose to come here for a couple of reasons. I think in the United States, travel is defined oftentimes by going to the beaches and the resorts and never really experiencing the country or the culture. And so a lot of people's ideas of travel includes the Mai Tais on the beach and the room service and, you know, the partying and the line dancing and all those things, which are very beautiful and they have a place. But I think in order to be transformative, I think what travel does for you individually, it does two things, I think. It allows you to kind of figure out who you are and to provide opportunities for you to grow, but it also provides opportunity for you when you're in a particular country to do that same thing and provide those same things for the people that you interact with. And so because of that, I continue bringing groups here, continue coming here, because I know, like, the reciprocity that is being had here. You know, I get, you know, my heart is full every time I come here, and I leave, and I know when I leave here that the people I interact with are also sad that I left, because we built an amazing, you know, beautiful rapport and relationship. So coming here is very beautiful. Like, you have to have a certain mindset to want to come to Guatemala and want to live with a family and take Spanish lessons. And I've been very blessed to be able to bring people here who have the same mindset that I have. Inevitably, whenever they leave here, they want to come back. I bring students here as well, and every time I come back, I get text messages from my students and saying, hey, tell Mama Kina hello, or hey, tell Mingo I said hello, or, you know, they want to make sure that they keep that connection here. Everybody who comes here wants to return. I have several return travelers who come here with me every single year. If they know that I'm coming, they want to come back. My largest group I've brought here has been about 35 students, 35 people. And of those 35 people at that time, probably 20 were return students. And it's really beautiful because, again, we want to come here and make those relationships and keep everything positive and that relationship strong, so that when we do come back, we know each other by name. We know each other's wants and needs and desires. We know how they've been doing. And that's on both sides. So we know how the people here in Guatemala have been doing, if they've had babies, if they've, you know, grown up, if they've graduated college or high school, and the same. The Guatemalan people know if we've graduated high school, if we went to college, if we've had our babies or grandbabies. That's what being in San Pedro does. It allows you to build those rapports and relationships and want to continue with those connections. I probably can't say with strong enough conviction how much I love this place. I have been coming here since 2017. The first couple of years was only once a year, and after that it's been twice a year, sometimes 3 times a year that I come back. And as long as I have breath in my body, I'm probably going to continue coming back here, whether that is with myself alone or is that with groups. I do believe that it's very important, especially as people coming from the United States. Only 50% of the United States has a passport, and I don't know how many of those actually travel consistently. So I do believe it is my job to ensure that I provide that conduit between people to kind of dispel some of the misinformation and the false information that's out there about Guatemala and about countries like Guatemala. And so if I'm able to continue to do that, then I can increase people's opportunities to come here. And I'm going to be coming here, as much as I can until there's no breath in my body. So the first time I came here, I had 2 Spanish teachers. I had one Spanish teacher, Clemente, who is my best friend here. He helps me with everything, all the projects that we do here. And Sally was my second teacher. I'm an educator, and they were 2 of the best educators I have ever been involved with. I am a very difficult learner because I think I know everything, and I didn't know as much as I thought I did. And Clemente swiftly gave me a piece of humble pie. And I was able to grow in my Spanish very quickly. I was here for 8 weeks the first time. At first I wasn't confident, but now I'm confident talking to anybody here in the city, so much so that when I do bring groups here, like, we don't have to have another person with us to guide. My Spanish isn't perfect. I wouldn't consider myself extremely fluent, but I'm definitely able to navigate around San Pedro and other parts of the lake with my group as the only Spanish speaker in the group. If you want to know more about me or the trips that we take and the things that we do around the world, my company again is Abiri Tours. On Instagram, it's at Abiri Tours. On Facebook, it's Travel with Abiri. And you can find me personally on Facebook at Ashley Dante Scott. That's Ashley, A-S-H-L-E-Y, Dante, D-A-N-T-E, Scott, S-C-O-T-T on Facebook. San Pedro Spanish School is going to change your life. It has definitely changed my life. I have friends and family here that I cannot ever think about, living without them, and I don't know how I got along without them. If you come to San Pedro Spanish School, it's going to definitely change your life like it changed mine. I love San Pedro Spanish School. I love Ramon. All of the teachers are amazing. I love the people that are down here. It is definitely my second home.